Hey guys, today is Tuesday, which means it's Creative Tuesday, so I am here in my ramen hoodie to talk to you about creativity. Well, it's a sweatshirt, not a hoodie. But lately I've been thinking about creativity and kind of the barriers that stop us from being creative. And I think some of the biggest things that stand in the way of God actually working through us and using our creativity to like bring glory to Him and also to just be creative in general are some of the simplest, and they seem simple but they're kind of hard to get over, and that can be self-esteem, that can be confidence and the lack of it. And I have been thinking about that concept lately of wanting to be creative and having goals and having dreams but feeling like you can't fulfill those things, and what can be done to kind of overcome those hurdles. So let's get started with Creative Tuesday. So I'm just going to give like 3 tips. I don't want to call them quick tips because things can seem quick, but oftentimes things require process, and I always do this. Anyways, things require process, and getting over hurdles, like trying to figure out what's stopping you from living your purpose, what's stopping you from being creative, aren't things that happen overnight. They can happen quickly, but it's a process of changing how you think about yourself, changing how you think about your creativity, changing how you think about God, and changing your belief in what you think God thinks about your creativity, because it matters. Perception matters, perspective matters. And so I would definitely say one thing that has helped me, and one thing I'm still learning, is literally just to get started. And getting started will allow you to be able to take the first step and just start, whether that is dance, whether that's writing, whether that's painting, whether it's starting that business and you deciding that you don't want to wait anymore, but obviously starting with wisdom. But getting started will propel you into developing rhythm, will start you developing patterns and discipline and goals, and being able to actually create actionable goals that will allow you to see fruit of what you're trying to create. Number 2 for me is reflection and prayer, meditation. And by meditation I mean scriptural meditation. That's not knocking anyone else, but that's what I do. And for me, that has allowed me to process and undo a lot of patterns I've had about myself, a lot of patterns about my own creativity and my own process. And it allows me to be able to quiet down, to quiet my soul, to quiet my spirit, and be like, okay, what is it that I'm trying to do? What is it that I am wanting to create? And how is God glorified in that? And how is God honored in that? And so some tips on doing that I do is journaling. I try to journal at least I try to do every day. I've been journaling since I was maybe 12, and there would be these times where it would literally be like January 2006, and then there's not another journal entry until March or November, and I'm like, okay, I should, do better at that. But journaling really does help. Journaling really does just allow you space to process, allow you space to reflect about what's going on in your life, what's going on in your soul, and how are you living, and living fully and living effectively. And so I would definitely say try journaling, try prayer. Prayer is very important for me, especially as I have grown in my creative process in the last couple of years, is really sitting with God and really saying, okay, I want to do this, and what can this look like? What should it look like? How should it look? And being able to process with God and being able to hear from God on what creativity looks like and what creativity is, and what writing this book should look like. What is publishing this poetry book going to look like? What should this dance look like? And that has been very helpful for me in my process of creating, in my process of overcoming self-doubt and overcoming fear of what other people will think about what I'm creating. Because in all honesty, what other people think shouldn't matter, and what other people think should not be a determinant of what you're creating. Because yes, you are creating for an audience, however, that audience is not the purpose. The purpose is the story. The purpose is the dance, if you create for the audience, you really aren't taking into account how what you're creating is going to serve if you're only caring about what they will think about what you're doing. I hope that makes sense. But that's tip number 2. And tip number 3 would be to have fun. Fun is important. Fun is necessary. And when you begin to have fun with what you're creating, it begins to change how you see what you're doing. If it becomes a task, and it's a difficult task for you to finish, if it becomes something you don't look forward to, then I would definitely suggest taking a step back and recalibrating and figure out what it is you're trying to do, and why is it that you're not enjoying it, and why are you not having fun. Because creativity is meant to be fun. Creativity is meant to be joyful. And yes, there's discipline. Yes, there is skill that is put into being creative. However, if you aren't having fun at all, then you need to figure something out and say, hey, what can I do better? And what do I need to change about this process? What is not working, so that I can truly enjoy this creative process, truly enjoy creativity as God has intended it to be, because God is creative. And God created creativity for us to be creative and to enjoy it as well. For us to share in what it is He's created for us to enjoy. Life is meant to be fun. Life is meant to be creative. And in discipline and in developing skill, it just becomes a broader expanse of things. So this has been Creative Tuesday. I hope you enjoyed it, and go create something. Hey there, thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, just to give you guys a background on what Creative Tuesday is, it's something I started on my Instagram, which if you follow me on Instagram, you will see it in my highlights, and I'll include a photo somewhere so you can see. But basically, Creative Tuesday is just a day where I talk about creativity, what it is, what do we do to have it, and how can we better utilize our creative expression and creative outlet. And so this is what Creative Tuesday is, and I hope to see you every Tuesday. Bye.